Welcome to Let's Get to Unboxed. Now your host, James Christopher.
Hi everyone, and welcome to a special edition of Let's Get to Unboxed. It is our special knocking this thing out before I go to see the Rise of Skywalker at least twice this weekend. We're going to talk a little bit about baseball and Star Wars and that kind of real cool connection that has happened between those two fandoms. But before I get into that, I do want to talk a little bit about fandom in general. I wrote about it on our website, and I've talked about it before, about fandom has kind of become this snake eating its own tail. And nothing is more prevalent than that than the Star Wars fandom. The joke goes that no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. I just think it's interesting that The Rise of Skywalker has opened to some relatively mediocre reviews. And I'm not going to crap on anybody for not liking the movie, but I just think it's interesting that The Last Jedi comes out, and there's a certain percentage of fans who hated the movie and hated the fact that it got great reviews. And now, The Rise of Skywalker, which I won't see for a few more hours, has come out to relatively lukewarm reviews. And it's funny how those same fans are mad that Last Jedi got great reviews and don't deserve it, and then are already crapping on the movie without seeing it because it got lukewarm reviews. So either way, either the reviews matter or they don't. And I think it's just interesting, the contradiction that we see in the fandom. The other thing people are saying, or most of the lukewarm reviews have been, well, it's too much fan service. And honestly, we are 9 movies in. I am invested in this franchise for about 40 years. I want to be serviced. But I want to talk a little bit, though, about Star Wars and baseball, because it's formed this unique marriage, and I've got some cool examples down here. But Star Wars Night has now been a staple at not just the minor league baseball level, but the Major League Baseball level. And I, for one, love it. I go to the Astros every time they have it. I love that they turn Minute Maid Park into a haven for Star Wars fans. The 501st is out there taking photos. They'll do videos with, lightsaber over the bats when they hit things, and they did one a few years ago where Evan Gattis hit a ball with a lightsaber, and as it was heading out of the park, it hit a TIE fighter and it blew up. Little cool stuff like that. But the cool thing is always the giveaways. And so I have some examples of some cool giveaways that I kind of wanted to share that I thought were super neat. So I'm going to start from left to right with Darth Swatson from the independent Sugarland Skeeters. And this is actually one of my favorite bobbleheads that I have, period. Really cool look. Swatson's just a great mascot anyway, so I love that they embrace the fact that he is, he's a mosquito in Texas. They're not the Rebel Alliance. They are definitely the Empire. This one I like too. It's another independent club, not in the Atlantic League, but it's sort of cool because it matches with Darth Swatson, and it's Ruffy Wan Kenobi from the River City Rascals. Unfortunately, that team went out of business this year, but it's still a great bobblehead. And then I have one of the Astros ones, which is Josh Reddick with Chewie. I did get the Max Stassi in an X-Wing fighter this year, but it broke. And then one of my most prized ones comes from the Toronto Blue Jays. One of my very best friends in the world is a Blue Jays fan and got this for us. And so it's a black Blue Jays logo with the Star Wars logo on the side. And then finally, we know how I love that Astros rainbow thing. So this was the Astros t-shirt this year. And that's about the coolest thing, where they mimic the Astros rainbow look with lightsabers. And so one of my favorite shirts. Sometimes black shirts aren't the best with a German Shepherd that sheds, but still gotta love it. But to our unboxing. So we got a cool box from the Williamsport Cross Cutters. This is one of the ones bought on Black Friday, bought through the minor league baseball site. And so I kind of just was throwing stuff in a cart and kind of forgot what came in. So it was a nice surprise. So let's take a look. Our handy meat cleaver, which we should come up with a cool name for this device. Did a pretty good job opening. I did not almost cut my lightsaber off. And the cap. I love the logo of the really kind of macho, brawny, lumberjack looking guy. He's got a log in one hand and his lumber in the other. And it ties back to the history of Williamsport, which made a lot of money in the logging industry. So that will wrap us up with another edition of Let's Get To Unboxed. Go out, see Star Wars, enjoy your weekend. I do want to mention really quickly though about the Williamsport Cross Cutters. They are again another team that was on that list that Major League Baseball put out for possible contraction. And in some ways, the emotional resonance of what will be lost if a team like this kind of goes away, it shouldn't be understated. They've had baseball here forever. And in fact, Williamsport's the home of the Little League World Series. It kind of is an important baseball town, and just would be sad if it's gone. So hopefully, we can get involved, write the people who matter, use the hashtag #SaveHometownBaseball. So again, enjoy the weekend, and until next time, may the force be with you.